We're here because the Ministry of Digital Transformation is furthering Trinidad and Tobago's journey into the digital age.
The ministry's D-Hub Challenge is matching teams of TNT developers with organizations
to co-create custom tech solutions to challenges faced by citizens.
It's meeting the country's needs through digital solutions.
And to do this, we need software developers, lots of them and quickly.
This is the Tech Surprise of the Year. So join us on
The D-Hub Challenge.
Our Developers Hub project builds on the creativity of our people. What we are doing is pulling together people, like-minded people who are developers, and we're starting with software developers at the start to create software that will support the needs of government, support the needs of the private sector, and eventually create products that are exportable. So the concept here is, can we create an environment where developers can create the capability to go from idea to producing viable products that could augment the system that government put in. To do that, we also have a technology side to it, and the technology side is an actual website, it's an actual hub, so we call it the Developers Hub. So that platform is the primary interface between us and the community at large. And we have 15 people who are now awarded and now actively working on solutions. So we're training developers not only to take an idea, express it as a proof of concept, pitch it to a buying audience. One of each of those 5 will win. They will then get an implementation award, and they'll produce a minimum viable product which will go into production. This is an initiative to drive the digital economy. This is about growing its contribution to GDP. So we're hoping that this becomes an alternative source of foreign exchange for the country and keeping the intellectual property that we create, which is accrued value, local.
Today's Tech Challenge is about noise pollution. Let's learn more.
This is the Noise Pollution Challenge, owned by the Environmental Management Authority. The EMA has a mandate under its legislation to address noise pollution as an environmental issue. The EMA is responsible for registering and analyzing significant sources of ongoing or occasional releases of air or noise pollutants into the environment. The current method of lodging complaints from the general public is via phone, WhatsApp, letters, and email, and there are hundreds of complaints every year. The EMA is interested in providing opportunities for the public to contribute to the collection of noise pollution data and information using their personal mobile devices as a citizen science tool. This data will assist the EMA with the identification of hotspots that can be prioritized for attention and allocation of limited resources. Members of the public would benefit by being able to report noise pollution to the EMA in a much more convenient, efficient, and accurate manner.
Let's meet our panel of judges for today's challenge.
Wayne Rajkumar is the Technical Services Manager of the EMA. As the Manager of Technical Services at EMA, he has the responsibility for the overall management and administration of several pieces of subsidiary legislation under the Environmental Management Act, including noise pollution control rules.
Giselle Joseph is the Assistant Manager of Technical Services for the Air and Noise Units of the EMA, overseeing the permitted processes for air and noise since 2016. She has over 20 years' experience in the environmental field with an education in both chemical and environmental engineering. With experience in chemicals and waste field, she currently serves as the member of the Pesticides and Toxic Chemicals Control Board. UE lecturer Dr. Kathy Ann Radix is part of the faculty team responsible for teaching embedded systems in the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering at UE St. Augustine. Her interest in instructional scaffolding and its impact has led to research in the use of abstract writing, visual organizers, concept inventories, and remedial resources in learning and assessment activities.
Lisa Maria Alexander is CEO and Chief Strategist of the Leadership Experience. She is a certified chartered director and a gender consultant in the Caribbean on behalf of the Inter-American Development Bank. Lisa Maria was recently certified as a balanced scorecard professional. She has degrees in industrial management and advanced marketing.
For today's challenge, let's meet our first team of developers.
Aaron Boodoo from Princestown is the first member of Team Try Rocket. His advice to new programmers would be, start building that app you always wanted to build. Mark Hippolyte hails from Point Fortin. Aaron brought the idea of the challenge to him, and he thought that with their skills, they would be able to create software that would improve the lives of citizens in Trinidad and Tobago. Finally, Trevin Roberts from Port of Spain is a UX UI designer who was motivated to become a developer because he always loved working with people and real-world problem solving.
Let's check in with our developer team before they make their pitch.
We heard about the Hub Challenge. I didn't know anything about it. He sent me the website. I was like, oh, this is cool. He's like, yeah, Trev, I feel we could win this. Have a good journey along the way and possibly win some money too. So I was like, all right, money, see less.
We chose this challenge because we thought it was the hardest one, and we thought the least people would apply to the challenge. So we were like, yeah, this is a game.
I think one of the hurdles we have to kind of overcome is because we live so far apart from each other, right? So making sure that we have regular like team meetings or online meetings and that kind of thing was imperative. Everything that we set out to achieve that we wanted to, we hit the milestones and we were able to achieve what we wanted to in our POC. Yes, I have a nervous energy, but it's more about wanting to do well versus like, oh God, I don't know what's going to happen, that kind of way. So just to harness that energy, and once I reach on set and I see the lay of the land and where everybody is, it's just zoning, I'll be good. So now it's just to present, and hopefully the judges like our pitch as well as what we put up for the POC. So it's all in their hands right now.
Welcome back, judges, to the Developers Hub Challenge. Today we have 3 amazing teams of developers here for you to pitch for their solutions for the Environmental Management Authority's solution. And our first team, Try Rocket, is here and ready to pitch for you guys today. Let's welcome Try Rocket.
Hi, judges.
Good day. Welcome.
Judges, I am Trevin Roberts, and today I'm excited to present to you on our noise pollution measurement and reporting solution by my team, Try Rocket, a group passionate about solving real-world problems with technology. So, let's meet the team. We have Aaron Boodoo, Mark Hippolyte, and myself, Trevin. We are software developers and designers ready to make a difference. Aaron writes the code, Mark ensures that it runs smoothly, and I make things look good and easy to use. We've worked on and launched a variety of impactful projects, including social security platforms for several Caribbean countries, the user experience of Grapevine, a customer rewards app, and developing a skin disease detection app that utilizes artificial intelligence. Now that you know who we are, let's look at the problem we are solving. The problem, reporting of noise pollution in Trinidad and Tobago. As of today, there's no easy way for the public to capture and send noise pollution reaches to the EMA and or their relevant agencies. In 2022 alone, there were 246 noise complaints made to the EMA. This figure underscores the severity of the issues and highlights the urgent need for intervention. The current landscape presents a series of challenges that hinder effective noise pollution reporting. The limitations of EMA's current online platform for reporting is difficult for citizens to submit grievances in a streamlined manner. Then there's a process. Complaints are currently logged through different channels. We have phone calls, WhatsApp messages, emails, and even snail mail. And lastly, data management. Without a centralized system for data management, valuable insights are lost, hampering informed decision-making and resource allocation. These obstacles have far-reaching implications. Now that we understand the problem, let's explore TriRocket's solution. I present Songbite, an application designed to streamline noise pollution reporting for the public and improve efficiency for the EMA. With Songbite, citizens of Trinidad and Tobago can easily report noise pollution breaches to the EMA in a convenient, timely, and accurate manner. Let's dive deeper. Songbite is convenient. Whether you're on iOS or Android device, accessing it through the web, Songbite ensures accessibility for all. And with mobile penetration reaching 126% in 2023 and continuing to rise, Songbite is perfectly positioned to reach and be used by a wide audience. This level of accessibility means that anyone can easily report noise pollution incidents to the EMA. Songbite is timely. We have achieved a dramatic reduction in the time it takes for noise pollution incidents to be reported. In fact, we've seen up to a 600% reduction in reporting time, with the average time dropping from 24 hours down to 2 minutes. This means that incidents can be reported and addressed swiftly, leading to quicker resolution and a more responsive approach to noise pollution management. Songbite is efficient. Songbite streamlines noise data collection for internal users of the EMA, simplifying their workload and improving overall efficiency. By providing a single application of noise reporting, data collection, and display, Songbite empowers EMA staff with the tools they need to allocate resources effectively and address noise pollution concerns promptly. This approach not only saves time and resources, but also ensures the EMA can respond to noise pollution incidents with precision and effectiveness. So let's go into the demo. On the homepage, we have a menu that users can see a history map, a cluster map, and a Songbite chat. We'll get into those things a little later. Right? But what I want you to do now, I want you to picture yourself. It's a Sunday evening, you're relaxing at home, you just finished binge watching D-Hub, where all the challengers were presenting on their challenges, and boom, they are awakened by noise. You want to know?
Viking.
You want to know exactly what is this? This is the third day in a row that the bar on the corner is playing this music. You know you have to get up for work in the morning, the kids are in bed, they're awakened, they'll be cranky. So what do? You pull out your phone, you launch Songbite, and you know what? I'm going to report this noise pollution to the EMA. Simple. You begin by recording noise. I'll just play the noise again so that we can see.
Yeah, bangs and ranks.
Right? Even though it's not carnival. So, to start, what I just demonstrated is how easy it is for Songbite to even record noise within your vicinity. What the app does now, because you recorded a clip of sound, it's asking you for your permissions to actually get the location of where you are. So I'm going to allow while using the app. And you see here, we're actually at the Queen's Park West in Port of Spain. And for this purposes, I'm going to say this is an environmentally sensitive zone. They ask me what type of noise you're recording. I'm going to say neighborhood noise. How far away were you from the noise? 10 meters. Any additional notes? This bar makes a lot of noise. I'm going to give them my full name. In this case, TriRocket. My email address. They're asking me for my phone number. Right? And what we see here, this is very interesting. The app is telling me that my report can be submitted. It meets the noise pollution sound levels criteria for a report to be submitted and followed up by 2 agencies, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service and the Environmental Management Authority. I can choose whether I just want to, if I don't want the TTPS involved and send it straight to the EMA, I can choose that. Or if I want the 2 agencies involved, I can do that too as well. And as simple as submitting my report now. My form and my report has been successfully submitted. What happens then? We're asking, well, where did it go? So on the back end, an email was sent. And in this case, we were watching the TTPS inbox. And there has been a noise complaint alert that the TTPS will now receive with my information. I'm a TTPS officer. I'm actually one to respond. I have the complainant's information, as well as I can click view map so I know where to go. The EMA also gets this information on their backend. So if I was an EMA user, this is what I'll be seeing. A map of Trinidad and Tobago showing all the noise complaints within the last 24 hours. I can also go to the My Admin section and I can actually see a listing of all the noise reports. The idea behind the dashboard is too that we want to work closely with the EMA to provide more tailored insights that they will need to execute their jobs and make their life more efficient in terms of resource allocation when dealing with noise pollution. And I want to say thank you, judges. If it's possible that you want to come on board with Soundbite and let's take this to the next level so that we can actually get this up in the hands of the public, you can always contact us and we greatly appreciate it. At this time, for Q&A, I would like to bring on my team members, Aaron, Budu, and Mark to join me so we can answer any questions that you all may have.
Judges, any questions?
Well done, team. I was very impressed by your presentation. I just had one question. In terms of feedback, either to the complainants, as to what has happened as a result of their complaint, what are the current plans for feedback?
For the POC, the focus was to ensure that, hey, can we build a solution that once it's in the hands of the public, it's easy for them to use? We can definitely say yes, there's information that can go back and forth between the complainant, the EMA, and the TTPS. The EMA has that central database for management and they can see where all the touch points are, as well as there's a map that they can even further say, you know what, usually on a weekend and these kind of things, we may have more complaints happening in this particular area. We may need to allocate resources here. And so they can plan ahead.
My only question is in relation to the back end. Based on the dashboard setup, is it going to have secure access so user login and would it facilitate different levels depending on the persons at the EMA? Because sometimes you may want other departments to have access, but the persons that are using the data may have higher security access levels.
So we currently have Azure B2C set up for backend users so the admins can access that dashboard. So any kind of EMA user, if you guys use Azure internally, you could just have those users exported to this app and they could just access the admin dashboard and do what they need to do.
Okay. And then we also have considerations for user roles. So not necessarily just a full admin with unfettered access. You know, the same thing you were saying about in terms of if there was just a particular department that needs just to see the stats, they can see the stats. And then it is a department that needs to manipulate the reports for some other purposes, that we could actually have some user roles in there too as well.
A quick one from me. In terms of how do you access the app? Number one, Play Store or direct? And second question, just part of that, the accessibility. If I am visually challenged or spatially challenged or any of the other challenges we know about, how easy have you made it? Because you did mention usability was a big factor.
It will be available on iOS, Android, and there's a web component of it. I showed the admin aspect of it. Let's say you may not even be in the EMA. You may be a property developer, and you want to know exactly how much noise is in a particular area. Do I need to make those types of considerations when I'm constructing? Should I face my units a particular way to avoid the noise that's coming from a particular direction? We see this not only helping the EMA, but the public at large in terms of understanding where noise pollution happens. One thing that we also have too as well, there is AI that we also put into the app for a public awareness and education aspect too as well. So even like something like asking what are the noise levels for an environmentally protected area, Soundbite chat will actually give you the answer.
Developers, thank you so much for your presentation. We saw a lot of great features in there that we know that will address the challenge at hand, and we certainly wish you all the best with this project and those in the future.
Thank you so very much.
Now, let's see what our judges have to say.
Judges, what did you say? I think really hit every checkbox with respect to what we were looking for. Love the incorporation of the different features that are user-friendly, the incorporation of the AI to have interactions, chat to provide information, provide awareness, which is what one of the key things we were looking for, really is a good addition to the app.
Cheers. Doctor.
I think that they did an excellent job in terms of the proof of concept.
Yes.
The pitch itself, I think, was well done. My only feedback that I would give them is about their question and answers.
Yeah.
I think that they didn't really answer the questions we asked.
Right.
But I think it was an excellent job overall.
What do you think?
I would say impressive. The app seems to do justice to what we wanted in terms of receiving complaints, recording and reporting.
Yeah.
And it has the ability to adjust depending on the user needs.
Good.
Right? So I think in all, impressive.
Yeah. The communication was clear, but again, my pet peeve is that they present to their computers and not to us.
Yeah.
So that's always, that's feedback we give to all our pitchers. But definitely the app hit some great notes for me. And, he was confident about it. I agree with you on the question and answer. And I also felt that he could have engaged the team a little bit more since they were present.
Fudge. We did it. Try rocket to the wood.
It was a new experience, but it was kind of nostalgic. It was like me and Mark back in UE, up midnight trying to get our assignment done. Yeah, it was kind of like that.
This is something that I've never done before. It's a new experience. It was challenging, but I think fulfilling at the end of the day. So I definitely want to try more things like this.
The second team is
Johnny Sue of Marabella is the only member of Team J3T. What feeds his creativity while coding? Curiosity, passion, and exposure to what other people have done so far, and what resources or techniques from other spaces can be applied.
So our developers are here and they're ready to pitch. Let's check in with them and get their initial thoughts.
Give me 35 seconds to solve. By then I should solve it. I've been affected by noise pollution throughout my life. I've thought about different ways to tackle the problem. I'm all about optimizing stuff and reducing friction. If I see anything like a small issue, I'll try to fix it to make a process smoother. Like in terms of like even rearranging furniture, just for the typical pathways people take, to have some sense of flow. I also fix a lot of things, even if it's very minor. So like I 3D print small little things to fix stuff as well. Grew up on a main road, Marbella, shout out Marbella, with tons of bars along the main road, obviously. Construction, those big trucks driving up and down every hour. There's a steel pan yard, 3 houses away. Love pan though, but it's just get loud at night sometimes. Some of the challenges I've experienced is mostly due to my lack of experience in software development. So a lot of the minor issues that other developers might just glaze over in 1 minute took me a couple of days, especially at the start. Ran into an issue where I was doing essentially the wrong thing and I wasted like a month of development time. Really excited to see the outcome of all of this, to have a bunch of talented developers and see where I place amongst them. Kind of stressed, anxious, but dealing with it. So that's my heart rate, that's my stress.
Judges, Our second developer team is here. Let's welcome Team J3T.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Your time starts now.
Oh, well, hello. My name is Johnny. I'm a mechanical engineer that specializes in vibration, which at its core is what all sound and noise is. But most importantly, I'm a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, one who has felt the effects of noise pollution throughout my life. But my story is just one out of tens, if not hundreds of thousands. Now, one common theme arises from all these stories. Making a report and getting a resolution can be extremely challenging. The first question you might have is, who do you direct your report to, the TTPS or the EMA? Then, how long is this process going to take? Because in some cases, reports can take over 30 minutes. Now, the EMA is one of the agencies that receives these reports. However, they have several constraints. They have limited resources in terms of equipment, but more importantly, personnel. There is one hotline administrator for the entirety of Trinidad and Tobago, and he handles all noise reports. There are 6 enforcement officers based in Chaguanas for the entirety of Trinidad and Tobago. Typically only operate between the hours of 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and compounding on all of this, they are bound by outdated and restrictive legislation, which inhibits their ability to act on reports. Now, my solution is the Noise App platform. It really aims to address the issues of both the public and the EMA by first making reporting simple, seamless, and straightforward for citizens. Then, automatically directing their reports to the relevant agency, so their local police station or the EMA. And finally, it would provide a wealth of data that can help drive systematic, operational, and even legislative change. The platform consists of a mobile app for citizens to make their reports and a dashboard for the enforcement agencies. The app automatically collects all the necessary information for a report: decibel level estimates, date, time, location, amongst other things. Citizens can add additional information to their report to enhance its quality, and this entire process takes less than 1 minute. The app also has informational content. On the left is a noise heat map, so you can see noise reports throughout the country. On the right is an event map showing upcoming EMA-sanctioned events and its details. The dashboard for the enforcement agencies provides high-level summary information for them for all noise reports. But it also allows you to dig deeper, look at individual reports, filter them based on any criteria required. If there's an influx of reports, how is this going to affect the TTPS and the EMA's workflow with their limited resources? Well, the dashboard is powered by an algorithm. Imagine if you have 10 reports for a single incident. It counts it as one event, reducing the mental overhead to allocate resources. So let's talk about the future. So I've completed my app so far and the dashboard. It can be easily migrated to iOS or a web app. I have full support from Citizens Against Noise Pollution to further testing. With collaboration with the TTPS and the EMA, I can improve the algorithm to better suit their needs and requirements. And finally, this platform as a base can be expanded to other issues. So reporting potholes, illegal dumping of garbage, or water lines breaking. So that's the end of my presentation. Thank you. I think we should head to the demo now. So first I'll be showing the mobile app and some of its, well, most of its functionalities. This is me just making a report so we could get the time on it. Open the app, it starts measuring the decibel level immediately and gets the location. I'm just filling out any information that I want. So name, contact number. If you want to add additional information as text, you can. You can specify the type of noise, so based on a set list of criteria, and you set the noise location. Just open the map and just tap to confirm. It also shows you where your current position is. So tap to confirm and submit. So that's about 40 seconds, which is less than a minute. Better than 30 minutes, obviously. The noise heat map, so just from the navigation screen, you can click the second left icon on the bottom, and you can see all noise reports. Zoom out and see the heat map itself. So there's another location of a report. The event map, same thing, go to the Maps tab, and at the top you'll see Event Map on the top right. When you zoom out, you can see all EMA sanctioned events and an affected radius, which is based off of the would be based off of the noise variation application form for the EMA. And you can click to get more details. It also has additional informational content. So below, its specifications and the actual noise pollution control rules, what is noise pollution and how to mitigate it, directions on who your report should be directed to, or will be directed to, I should say, how to use the app and any definitions or required to understand how it works, contact information, so you could click the icons to take you directly to any relevant information. So maps, phone, email, and the website. But on the bottom half of the screen, there would be an indication of your nearest police station, its contact, and its actual location. And it automatically collects this from your GPS location. Here I have Okera helping me earlier, just doing a quick demo to show its accuracy with an actual SPL meter that I have there. So that's it there. It's within, say, 2 to 3 decibels. The dashboard now, again, this is for the enforcement agencies, provides high-level summary data. So on the top right, you can see like a pie chart of the types of noise reported. Reports today, this week, the distribution over the past couple of days, where the reports are coming from in terms of the areas. You can also go to the mapping components, heat maps, same thing as within the mobile app. So you can see where noise is being reported. Make sure. And the event maps, same thing as well. You can click it, get the same information. And well, the report viewer, in its current form, you could just, it's like this, but you could just search whatever terms you need to locate whatever kind of report. So you can specify what police station, what group, based on the algorithm. So yeah, grouping algorithm, it reduces the mental overhead required by the TTPS or the EMA to actually allocate their resources. So again, 10, 20, 50 reports for the same location or same incident, it would have a tag for the group itself. The app also has the event submission for the event map. Again, this kind of works into the current EMA's workflow for their noise variation applications. Same information you'd get, name, contact for the event organizer. That's the end of my demo. Thank you, I appreciate it. Questions?
Thank you so much. Judges, great
Yes,
stuff. Questions?
Yes, I could start. So again, thank you for your pitch and your demo. I would say excellent representation of the design criteria on the application. One question I have is related to the data and information. Could it be exported that could be used in other programs like GIS and other types of software? How easy it is to export the data?
The data is currently stored in a database, a MongoDB database, and the structure itself is a schema that is a JavaScript schema. You need to decode that if you want to export it as a CSV, but you could also export the CSV from the report viewer that I showed earlier. But the raw data, it can all be downloaded from the database, yes.
Excellent pitch. I wanted to ask a question about your algorithm. When it's grouping the reports, does it do it automatically, or can the user suggest the grouping area, or can they merge two groups if they know, for example, it's the Savannah and those two actually refer to the same event?
I understand. That's a good question. Currently, no, it does it automatically. But again, adjustments can be made to accommodate for that.
Okay. Really, really good presentation. Appreciated all of the features, especially the little things that you included. In terms of the feature that you had included, where we can include the event variation details, that is from us, the administrator, including that into the dashboard.
What's EMA? Yes, it needs to be manual.
EMA, right. And when we do that, is it automatically updated on the system that the public can see, or
yes,
is it? Okay, great.
Immediately. So as you saw when I was filling out the application, I went straight to the event map and it was there already.
Okay, great. So just wanted to clarify that.
Well, Johnny, you got some great feedback from the judges already. We were very impressed with your pitch, and I love that you continue to engage with us in a way that we could understand. So all the best in this challenge and in your future development.
Thank you. Enjoy your day.
Take care.
Thank you. You too.
Now, let's see what our judges have to say.
Well, judges, Johnny certainly gave us something to think about. I really loved his presentation.
Yes, so did I. I think he hit a lot of key things. He knew who the target audience was. Yes. He looked at all of the different types of persons that can use this app, that it would benefit. He also made sure that there were features to address each of their needs. He spoke to different stakeholders so that he could get the full picture, you know, and I appreciated the amount of effort that went into designing what he presented to us.
Yes, wonderful. Dr. Radix?
I have to agree with my colleague. I think that he did an excellent job, especially in terms of providing feedback to the public as the reports are coming in. I think that is a key point, because when you're making a complaint, you want to know what is happening.
Absolutely.
So I think that was really key.
Yes.
I think you could see he spent a lot of time in formulating the problem and identifying the key receptors, the sensitive receptors, as we call it in EMA, in terms of the young persons, the mothers, the elderly, etc.
Yeah. I also think he did a pretty good job with his pitch. You know, he spoke to us.
He spoke well.
Paid attention. Yes, it made a difference. I think we definitely have a contender on our hands.
Definitely.
You know, we'll see what the other developers have to offer.
Was it, you know, different, or like, you know, since you were a lone developer here and you got in there, you know, did it feel weird, or do you regret your decision, or would you have done it differently?
I mean, there are some aspects. Kind of wish I had a bigger team, but at the end, I don't really regret it.
And do you have anything to say to people who are considering becoming part of the developers of doing one of the challenges, but might be like, I don't have the skills?
I mean, try it out. Come on. I'm just a guy. I got through to here.
Johnny, thank you for giving your try and giving such an amazing presentation.
Yeah, thanks. It was really good.
Perfect. Bring it in. Take care.
Introducing our third team of developers for today's challenge.
Team Sandy is Dane Sandy. Dane lives in Dabadee, 5 minutes away from his childhood home. A close friend sent him the ad for the D-Hub challenges, and he immediately saw it as a great opportunity to participate in nation building. A fun fact, as a junior, Dane represented Trinidad and Tobago for the 100 meter and 200 meters and ran against Usain Bolt. His advice to young coders? Never ever give up on your dreams. Setbacks and obstacles are only there to get you back on the right path or make you stronger.
Let's hear from our developers before their pitch.
When I saw the challenge, I immediately was interested, right? Especially for the EMA. I also saw it as the most difficult challenge, but I never shy away from a challenge that actually piques my interest. There were a lot of challenges, but thankfully I was able to overcome each and every one of them. Any developer out there will tell you that once you get into complex code, a lot of stuff might tend to go wrong when you venture into new waters. I would have had to make a lot of sacrifices. I really wanted to win, and I knew that I needed to put my best foot forward, and the lineman had to cut down. I had to limit my presence on social media. It's not as easy as it sounds. I think I deleted Instagram about 14 times. You understand? But I did what I think was necessary to reach to this point, and hopefully it pays off. I'm not sure how it's gonna go. I hope the judges like what I have. I hope the audience that's watching it on television likes as well. And we'll see. I think I have a good solution. It's up to them now. I'm not hands in the balance. Obviously I want to win, but to me it's more than winning. Alright, this will mean a lot to me. It will be the first step in a new direction. Right now, the adrenaline is kicking in, and I'm just very energetic right now, and I'm excited to go and present.
So judges, our third and final developer team for today is here and ready to pitch for you guys. Let's welcome Team Sandy.
Hello, judges.
Hello.
My name is Dane Sandy, and I am the only member of Team Sandy today. So I hope you enjoy my presentation.
Your clock starts now.
Okay, thank you. So today, I'm going to present to you about TT Noise Watch, your AI-powered noise reporting system. My name is Dane Sandy. I have a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering, a master's in business administration from Atalockjack. I also have computer science certification from Harvard University. I also have system design certification, and most recently, I am now a deep learning professional. I'm certified by OpenAI. Okay, so today we're going to take a dive in. All right, if you want to know more about me or the stuff I do, you could also check out my stuff on sandyintelligence.com. So today we're gonna walk through 4 different user stories, and we're gonna do so geographically. So here from the Arima side, we have Gertrude. She's a senior citizen in care of a special needs child. These are the type of persons we have identified are most likely to report noise violation because it affects them the most. So these are some of the problems she may be facing. She may be not very tech savvy. She can't make reports after hours as the EMA has, usual business hours. She fears retaliation because she's in a neighborhood where there may be individuals around that she lives in fear of reporting and they finding out who she is. Okay? And she wants quick resolution. Our solution solves all of these. As you can see from the first time you open up the application, it's a very simple and easy to use. Okay, so it have minimal cognitive load. We also have a very fast and simple digital form that they can enter the stuff and send it quickly. We timed it and it works out a lot quicker than actually making a call to the EMA. If she fears retaliation, we actually spent a lot of time on putting some advanced security features. One of those features, we scramble your location. We need your location to get the stuff, but we actually have a very advanced algorithm that randomizes to the nearest 50 meters, inside a radius of 50 meters. You can also create an account and hide your personal details. So you also have the opportunity to log in anonymously or even hide your email with login providers such as Apple. And we have a very powerful AI system that actually categorizes exactly the type of report and directs it to the relevant authority. So now we are going down to the southern side, to San Fernando, where we will now meet Kevin. Now Kevin is a general citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. The majority of the population, they don't really make noise reports, but they actually still do suffer from noise pollution. I spoke to a lot of people on the ground and they all have issues with it, but they have never ever made a complaint. So as we can see, Kevin, he suffers silently and he has limited noise pollution education. Okay? So there's a heads up feature, which is one of the most innovative features that we came out with. It's very simple to use for regular users now to actually give their surrounding neighbors a heads up to know, okay, Friday I'm gonna have a birthday party for my kid, or Saturday morning I'm going to be cutting grass early in the morning, so that's giving them a heads up. The people who are receiving this will now know how to act, whether it is they want to get headphones, whether if they really don't want to hear music from a party, they could make arrangements to head out for that time and that sort of thing. So this we could see is something that could properly change the society.
Thank you. Thanks for that. You can proceed to your demo.
So here we have the first screen. The users making a report here and they are actually actively recording the noise sample. Then they just select the noise type. Okay, so you have different noise type they could select from. Obviously we'll get an official list from the EMA. And here we have them just putting in a very short description of what they are experiencing. You also have a functionality for them to take a picture. Now, this is to aid the authorities in finding the exact spot where it's at. So maybe it might be a picture of the front of a bar or somebody's residence or something like that. This is just the air authorities. And then they select a point on the map, so this gives you accurate geolocation. What you're seeing here is the output of one of our most powerful AI systems. What this AI system does, it takes in all the data that comes in and it assesses it. So based on what the user types in there, you see he typed in that his neighbor was cutting grass early in the morning. Later on you'll get to see that there was an actual noise sample of the grass cutting. And based on the exemptions under the EMA Act, this falls on an exemption. So the AI was able to pick that up and it responds to the user here. So now it would not be routed to the EMA or the TTPS. And it directs them straight to the education page where they could be further educated on the different exemptions. Okay. This is showing the heads up feature that I spoke about earlier. So the user is now basically just broadcasting to the neighborhood what they are going through, what they are about to have over the weekend. And this will send out notifications to everybody within a specific radius of this noise event. Okay, so you see the user gets a notification here. This is simulating a different phone that someone will get this type of notification here. User could come into their history as well. All of this could be deleted. Everything is to international standards, so the user could delete their full account and all their user data if they wish. And this is now the portal which will be available to the EMA and the TTPS. So as you can see, this is where the AI categorizes. So it saw that there was an exemption, but we know that the AI isn't always correct. So we actually put a system in place that we could train the AI. So if it is we were incorrect, they will click here and they select the correct category, and this will further train the AI to be more accurate. The same goes to assigning and status. All right, so as you can see, that is the noise sample from the neighbor cutting grass. All right, and we also have a different AI system, and this one actually recognizes sound. And this feeds into the other one that categorizes. So as you can see, this one wasn't quite correct. It said vehicle because the lawnmower has the same type of sound as a motor vehicle, you know, going like that. Yeah, same type of. But for other things, they will get that more accurate. Okay? So you can click in, get more details. You see the image that was taken. They're gonna see the point on the map exactly where it is, so they could accurately pinpoint. It actually calculates the E-weighted decibel level, the average and the peak. And now we have a map view here that you can actually go in and see all of the same data on a visual side. All right, so this is some of the same data that you thought that was just captured. So you're seeing the categories that you could go through, the authority responses. It calculates the total complaints. And this here is a model that I like to call the minority report. It actually predicts where noise complaints will be coming from based on the past noise complaints and seasonality. So as you can see for the Tunapuna Piako district, this is what the model has outputted. We also have a heat map that will show the concentration of noise complaints. So this will better aid the EMA or the TTPS in actually deploying their units to be in place when these things are about to happen in the future. And this is for some advanced configuration that they could actually change all of these different figures here if it is policy due changes in the future, but it's already set. Okay, even if they want to change the time of when daytime starts, they could change that here as well too. The algorithms before automatically check this to see if the noise threshold lies within these values. This is a feature that they can actually now manually create the zones. So you all know that you all work with basically three major zones: the environmentally protected, by the construction zones and the general. So you can actually draw all these zones here, and if it is a user actually makes a complaint in one of these zones, it will be tagged as such. So this is just a sample to show that the feature works, and that's demonstrated me drawing a random zone here, a construction zone. Well, I guess I ran out of time, but what I wanted to do is that you all could have entered your emails, and it would have actually sent the automatic email report that we have set up to be sent on the first of every month.
Thanks for your presentation.
Thank you.
I know you need more time to show us the full functionalities.
Yeah.
But in terms of the heads up, I'm interested in learning, in terms of the heads up, alerting residents in a particular neighborhood about an upcoming event. That would, it's premised on the fact that they have the app installed on their phone as well.
Yes, so that's the one thing. So this is why we're hoping that the general public seeing a feature like this could take it up.
Really appreciate all of the features, the thinking that went into it. Again, on the heads up feature, is there the capability of one, even if you're not having something that you're giving a heads up for, you may be aware of something that is happening and you want to include it using the heads up feature?
Because the way it's designed is not too much to be personal, but it's basically to announce a noise event. So let's say you heard from a contractor that they're coming in to do construction in the area, and you want to, instead of having to go and text all of your neighbors one by one, you send out one noise event from the heads up, and everyone there immediately gets notified.
And do we get notified of it as well on the EMA's end?
Not as yet, but it'll be easy to implement if you all want that.
Sure.
It's logged to the database, so if you all want it on the dashboard, I could do that.
Thank you so much for a very engaging presentation. Well done. Of course, the feedback, you would have to look at your time. It's a very important so that we can get all of it.
So it was, the challenge was trying to see how to fit it in.
But great job. Thank you so much.
Our team of developers has just pitched. Let's get our judges' impressions.
So that's another really great app feature, and I think he did a pretty decent job of the pitch, but he didn't give us that.
I think he has so many things packed into feature-wise into the app that he can just squeeze all in, and I did appreciate how many things that he considered in actually the development. He considered all the various types of users, what they would need, and he even went beyond the scope of the challenge by providing an additional feature for the EMA. So I really do appreciate the amount of thought and work that went into what he did.
Fantastic. What about you, Wayne?
Yes, I was impressed with the heads-up feature. I think that would do well for a lot of us, in our own communities when something is happening before, so we know what to expect. And even to help the EMA in terms of the noise variation process, it seems to have the whole suite in terms of even the payment application that can be built into it. So I think overall it showed a level of a level of detail.
And in terms of his pitch, though, he said he was confident.
Very.
Just his timing.
Yeah, we will, unfortunately, we'll have to make his timing, but I thought he did a great job in just his comfort level and his confidence in selling his proposal. So we have some real deliberations to do.
So judges, we're at that junction again. You just heard from Team Sandy. I would like you guys to lock in your scores at this point.
This one's a little harder.
want to feel good, but I wanted them to see everything. They didn't get to see everything. It had a lot of great stuff that they didn't get to see. But I think they saw something good out of it. I mean, sure, the solution was that good that even if I only presented 50%, it'd still be a winner. And it's for the judges now to decide. The journey has been great. I have learned a lot. It's drastically improved my skills. So I'm grateful for the journey thus far. I have some big projects ahead, and hopefully I win this. This will play a big part in that, in terms of getting funding and stuff to my other ventures. I want to thank the Ministry of Digital Transformation and the Hub. I think this was a very great venture, and I love what they did, especially for the first time they did it. This was excellent. Everything with the production was great, and it's a step in the right direction for Trinidad and Tobago.
So I'm joined on set here by my co-host David.
Hi everyone.
Hi. So judges, you also saw 3 brilliant solutions presented before you today. And I kind of want to go around the room and get feedback from each of you in terms of what were some of the highlight moments for you of all the 3 pitches that you've seen. Let's start with Ms. Joseph.
I think Team 1 checked a lot of the boxes, but they had the least amount of the features that you would expect out of all of the participants. The last 2 had considered a lot of other things in terms of user experience that allowed them to enhance the capabilities of the app, which I really do appreciate. As Mr. Rajkumar said, the 3rd candidate, he was very strong in terms of functionality, user experience, and not just 1 or 2 types of users, but all potential users, and giving even more than what was asked for. Again, the challenge is, of course, trying to sell in the time that he had. But I do appreciate that with each one, they were able to, bring their own design flavor to the experience. And I thought they all did very well.
Well, I think this round of challenges, the developers knocked it out of the park. I really believe that we've seen some, a lot of innovation in it. I believe for me, I keep saying that user experience is very close to my heart. So just seeing that the users had been considered was a big win. And I love the fact that for the challenge owners, that it has met the need. So congratulations to the developers.
All right, excellent.
Our teams really did demonstrate some innovative digital solutions today, and we believe that they met the needs of the challenges. But generally, for our up-and-coming developers, are there any tips, any recommendations that you may have for them today?
Today, we saw that engagement with the panel, and I think that really makes a difference. I want to remind the developers that no matter how great your idea is, if you're not able to sell it and articulate it in a confident way, then you lose an opportunity. So I would definitely say for those coming behind, when you're thinking you've got your great solution, start really walking in the shoes of those who will use it in presenting it.
Yeah.
All right, judges, before we wrap up, any final words, final thoughts that you want to leave with anyone today?
My final suggestion to all presenters and developers in future is that when you're pitching, focus on 1 or 2 key features of your application. They all had excellent features, but really what we want to see is what makes yours unique. And if you focus on those, and you still mention the others, but focus on your unique features to sell your item.
That's excellent feedback.
Excellent.
Thank you so much for that, Okera.
Nice. Thanks so much, Dr. Radix. And judges, I just really want to thank you guys today. We know you all have busy schedules and you all made the time and the commitment to come out here and judge for the EMA's challenge. I just want to say as well, thank you on behalf of the MDT and the D-Hub Challenge team, the D-Hub team in general, the Developers Hub team in general, for your commitment in nurturing TNT's tech talent. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, judges.
Pleasure.
It's a indeed. You're more than welcome.
The D-Hub Challenge has lifted the level of technology development in the Caribbean.
Each team has worked for months on their solution.
And now they vie for an award of $350,000 and the opportunity to implement their tech solutions.
Yes, from concept to design to development and finally to reality.
We all want to know who will win the awards.
The bar is raised.
Who will be the winners of
The D-Hub Challenge?